What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Neighbor's Kitchen. I'm Danny, and today we're doing another unboxing and first cook on a new product. Today we're checking out this Instant Pot Pro 6-quart model. It's got a few features I am really excited to check out that my other Instant Pots don't have. So without any further ado, let's check this thing out. Alright, so this guy here is my tried and true 6-quart Instant Pot. This one is not getting replaced. I bought this in 2017 and I use this weekly. No, that's not an exaggeration. Every week I make pulled chicken in this for Sadie, and this is also where I make my hard-boiled eggs for ready snacks for myself. It's the only thing I cook rice and beans in. Big fan of taco night with this, and I have got rid of my crock pot due to this being an all-in-one tool that saves space, and I love it. This is the one that this one is replacing. Now, it is far and few between when I need two Instant Pots at the same time, but one of my favorite things to do is DIY taco bars, burrito bowl bars when I make my own rice and beans, and it's really nice to have two going at the same time. It just gives me control of everything that I am serving. But that's not a weekly thing, and this gigantic 10-quart Instant Pot does not store very well in my kitchen. So this guy, once we open this, is getting sent down the road on ye old Facebook Marketplace. Now, speaking of saving space in your kitchen, this has a feature on it that my other 6-quart does not, that I'm very excited to try. That is what we'll be trying tonight. And if it works, I'll be getting rid of another set of equipment out of my kitchen, giving me more lower cabinet space for additional gadgets. So, let's tear into this thing. Here we go. This is pretty nice packaging. I purchased this. This is not a paid placement. I purchased this off Amazon with my own money because I think I'd like the two 6-quart models. I am very curious to see if the Pro insert is backwards compatible with that. Amazon shipped this. It just came in like a blue plastic cover. I took that off camera because I had my address on it. Little beat up from Amazon. I don't believe that to be Instant Pot's problem. But yeah. So we got this nice box here, and one of the things I've always liked is their documentation has always been very nice and concise and clear. Should you ever need it. Instead of one recipe, we have a booklet on this one. Look at that. What's that? Creamy chicken and wild rice soup. We're making that this winter. We have a different color designation seal ring. This is for, the one that's in there you use for whatever. I would like to apologize. I am getting over a cold, so if it sounds like I'm yelling at you, it's because I can't even hear myself think or speak. Well, we got that. Here's our new unit. This is new. What we have here: hot steam from steam can cause burns. I'm not recognizing this from the old one, so we'll see what that's all about. Okay. Check that out. I bet our pressure release valve has a cover. I bet that just goes in there. It's kind of neat. It's a neat diverter, I bet. Cool. Go ahead and just poke around here. Get this nice new unit out of there. Yeah, okay. Take it out of the plastic. There's that. See, there's the kind of translucent seal already installed. Got another trivet. They called this something else on the, they call this a stainless steel steam tray. It is certainly stainless steel, but I've been calling this a trivet all along. And I actually have steam baskets for the 6-quart that work phenomenally for veggies, mind you. Looks like, oh yeah. Well, I think I answered my first question. This is 100% not backwards compatible with the old 6-quart because it's got these pot lids, these pot handles on it. That's super nice though. I like that. Advertisement. Never use the Instant Pot without the stainless steel inner pot in place. This exists because somebody tried it. It's good advice. Yeah, so same Instant Pot quality. I'll show you here. This is my old one. After being one of my almost 100% weekly uses, it's been scratched and beat on. You can, I don't know if you can tell on camera, but you can maybe see that I've had the beater in here for mashing potatoes, no problem. And I would assume, yeah, it's the same dimensions. Same dimensions, just doesn't have the handles. I kind of wonder, and we won't try this today. I wonder if these are backwards compatible. I think it is. This is not backwards compatible. But perhaps this is. I bet it is. So in that case, I have 3 of these for this. I have this in a non-stick ceramic as well. Anyway, sorry, I get a little distracted. The other thing is we have a higher capacity drip catcher. Super nice. I'm just going to start lining myself up with stickies. This is way bigger. That slips back here. See, you got your hole. And it's got these 2 T's. That slides in there. There's another difference from the old model. The cord is no longer removable. There's the bottom. It's got these nice rubber feet for non-slippage. Ooh, it's got a cord wrap. Let's take a look at our control panel. So up front, we have this really nice, modern, sleek looking. It's all black, which is kind of my thing. I like that it has favorites on here, so we can customize a couple of our favorite programs. It's got a turn dial. That's a nice addition. But yeah, still has some of our go-tos here. And I don't know if you're here for the first time, I do welcome you to the channel. If you've been around for a while, you know that I might really like my gadgets. And the gadgets that I'm hoping to be replacing today is my Sous Vide rig. I used to be really big into sous videing. It was one of the things that really started getting me into my cooking gadgets. But since I've been working from home, really been kind of leaning towards other things. But I don't want to be without it. So hopefully this checks all the boxes. I'll have 2 6-quart Instant Pots, and which also gives me two nice slow cookers, and perhaps getting rid of my Sous Vide rig. Let's go ahead and consult the getting started manual just to see if there's any preparation we have to do here. I currently own 4 Instant Pots. The third one, I don't know if you've seen on the channel, it's my little 3-quart in the camper. Alright, so it doesn't look like there's anything too crazy. It says clean before use. That makes pretty good sense. Remove and install. Yeah, so it's just getting you acquainted to your new thing here. It does say to do a test run, so maybe we'll do a test run. So we will go ahead and perform a test run with the pressure cook on this guy just to make sure everything works properly. And then we will go ahead and run our first cook with sous vide. And one of the things that I'm the most excited about with this, since it is one unit with so many different options as far as flexibility goes, is we can cook. We're doing chicken tonight. We're going to sous vide our chicken to like 157, 158, and to take it across the finish line to 165, we will drain the water out of this, turn it on to Sauté, and we will do all-in-one sous videing instead of having to use multiple tools for a sous vide dish. So I'm going to go ahead and sanitize everything. You don't need to see that, and I'll see you back at the counter for our test run. All right, let's get this new tool fired up here. That's nice. Nice LED screen. That's an upgrade over the other one. Said to add 3 cups of water to it. This is a super nice upgrade. It's got quarts on it, so you got 1 quart, probably a little bit over 3 cups, but that'll be just fine. So that's super nice. Liters, quarts, half fill. When we're pressure cooking, always abide by the max PC for pressure cook fill. You can go all the way up to 6 quarts if you are just using this as a slow cooker. But you'll see here, just following the checklist, our seal safely secure. Our release valve is secure. We'll go ahead, snap on our guard. That goes there. And then we're just going to go ahead, see this index here, go to close. This is a quick cool vent. I'm not certain how to use this yet. Couldn't find anything in the instructions about that, but there's that. And then over here, hit pressure cook. Ah, look at that screen. Go custom, see what our dial does. Oh, okay. Custom pasta, soup. See how it's flashing up there? Then chicken. Okay. We're going to press the control dial. Set the cooking time to 5 minutes. Keep warm. Press start. On. We got preheating. And this will go up. And then we'll do cooking. And then keep warm. That's really cool. That's super nifty. So as this comes up to temperature, you want to make sure this is set to seal. See this little red dial? This will raise up to indicate that it is up to pressure. It's been just a couple of minutes, and you can see our 1, 2, 3 gauge of preheating, so it somehow has a smart sensor in here that knows what's going on. And I don't know if you guys will be able to hear this or if I can capture it, but it is starting to steam. And here shortly, you want to avoid the steam. That's not good for fingies. But this red indicator is going to pop up, and that seals off the lid, and then it will switch from on, I bet, and we'll start our cooking time, which is in 25% regions. Okay. See that? So this is building up pressure now. I bet here just momentarily this switches over from preheating to cooking. There we go. So now our 5-minute timer has started. We got our little cooking graph here. I'm a big fan of that. I like this unit. Well, I like that it's black compared to stainless steel. I don't mind stainless steel, but we'll go ahead and let this finish its test cycle, and then I'll show you guys how to run the pressure release system, and then we're putting a nice, lovely garlic pepper chicken breast into our sous vide bath for a couple of hours. We're cooking that from frozen. Then we're going to remove our water bath and turn on the Sauté function for a reverse sear. See you guys in a minute. All right, there we go. We've reached the end of our test run. See, our cooking time is over. Got our keep warm. We can hit keep warm. No, sorry. We can hit cancel to turn keep warm off. You can see we still have pressure. So we're just gonna go ahead to our knob. And I don't know if you can tell, but I've kind of brought this unit out from under my uppers so that steam's not shooting directly underneath. So let's go ahead and see what happens. There we go. It drops down. Now we can take this and we want to see, there's your index of the lid, there's your index of the pot, and we just take that. See if I can do it one-handed. See? And then you can lift up, and there is your hot water pressure bath. That was just a test run, so let me go ahead and set the camera down for a moment. I guess we can keep that water. I'm gonna go ahead and dump that water out just because, and then let's run our first ever sous vide bath with an Instant Pot. Okay, I brought over some fresh water. I stopped at the half fill line. I'm just doing 1 chicken breast for old Danny Boy today. This is one of my offerings from Good Ranchers, straight out of the freezer. I did take it out of their plastic. I don't know if that is BPA and sous vide safe. The plastic that I buy with my vacuum sealer is, so I just removed it from the stuff from the Ranchers and put it in mine. I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to place it right in there. I'm gonna fold it over like that. Take the lid again. Hear that nice little song. we are going to make sure we're in the vented position. Sous vide does not use pressure, so we want this to release any pressure. We're not looking to pressure cook. Let's go over here and let's figure this out together for the first time. I'm gonna hit sous vide, temperature. Well, that's time, I think. Oh, we're up there. I want to go hit the dial. I want to go 158. We'll get the rest of our 7 degrees on the reverse sear. I'm going to hit this again. There's our time. I do want 2 hours because it's frozen. I'm going to hit start. Once again, it goes on, preheating. So it's going to warm that up to 100 and, what did I put it at? 58 degrees. Once it reaches there, we'll start here. That'll start our 2-hour timer. And then we'll go ahead and try the Sauté function for a reverse sear. Still learning how to speak properly after a week of just the worst sinus infection ever. So I like this. If this works, I'm gonna be very pleased. See you guys when this is done. Oh, there we go. Just hit end. There's no keep warm option on the sous vide setting for the Instant Pot Pro. So we're just going to hit cancel here to turn it off. And remember, we're not using pressure. This is not just a pressure cooker. It has so many more functions. So even though we are using the pressure cooker lid, the pressure indicator never came up. We went for 2 whole hours on the vent setting, which means we can open this up right like so. And we just have some condensation up on our lid. We'll set that safely aside. And there is, steaming our chicken breast. Just going to go ahead and grab this entire bag. And we'll set it aside on a tray. Grab our nice pot with these handles. The more that I use this, which is just today, I love this. I already see where this is going. I'm about to wish that I had 2 of these now. Man. Insert is back in our Instant Pot. Now we're going to hit the Sauté button. That's right here. And we'll leave default high, 30 minutes. We're just going to turn it off when we're done. So we'll hit the start button. And that's going to kick the burner below the insert up to high. Basically, being a stovetop, though it has some tall walls, I don't think this is what they intended this to be used for. But I think it's a great kind of example of how versatile this tool is. Very excited to add the sous vide option to my Instant Pot. Grab some olive oil on the stainless steel inserts. You can use metal tongs if you do buy, which I don't know that it is an option, but I assume that it is, the ceramic coated non-stick one. You have to use rubber or silicone. So just keep that in mind. Oh, baby, that smells good. I will go ahead and drop a link below if you're interested in joining Good Ranchers. They have a new offering on a couple of their chicken boxes. It's no longer shipped plain chicken. They come pre-seasoned for you. Fantastic offering, if you ask me, especially with a sous vide rig. You don't even have to thaw them out. Anyway, speaking of monthly refills, about due for some oil. There we go. So, preheat is complete. Started our 30-minute timer. We're now cooking, and it's nice, shimmering, and clear. I am super impressed with this product, not gonna lie to you. So we're just gonna grab our chicken breast out of the vacuum sealed stuff. And usually for a better texture, I would pat this off because we don't want to steam it. We want to add texture. But I've never done this before with one of these, so this is kind of experimental for both of us. And I'm just gonna go ahead and place it on the bottom. Sadie, watch out, honey. This is a chunky chicken breast. It's not really flat. This might be hard to get a good texture on, but I'm going to do my best for you. Look at that, just after one turn. I think we could probably use a little bit more oil. See how we're doing. Oh yeah. See if we can use one of the walls to get a nice crust on the other side. Try to get good color all the way around it. I'm gonna call that good. Just 5 minutes. We're gonna hit cancel. Turns it off. A little stickage there. I think that was my bad. I didn't have enough oil. But look at this. Yeah. Alright, close enough. I'm hungry, and this looks fantastic. I cannot wait any longer. Let's see how this slices up. Oh yeah. I'd say that's pretty tender. Perfectly cooked all the way through. Two hours. Look at that. Yeah. Oh, that's so good. It has been a while since I've done sous vide chicken breast. Obviously, I was trying to cut this pretty thin. There's just something about cooking a piece of meat in its own juices and savoring and flavorings for several hours at exactly the temperature that you want. That just makes it so good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This today has kind of reignited my passion for sous videing. So we are certainly gonna be using this a lot on the channel. I'm excited to get acquainted with this thing, and I'll write it a proper product review once I am acquainted. How cool was this? What a great day. Thank you for hanging out with me, guys. This brand new Instant Pot Pro 6-quart Instant Pot replaces not just this big honkin' 10-quart, which, look at that. No one needs a 10-quart Instant Pot. That's not true. I bought it for a reason, but the reason's gone. And it is replacing 2X sous vide rigs plus immersion cookers, leaving me with, you know, roughly this much space to pick up more stuff. So that's cool. Thanks a lot, Instant Pot. I am excited. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, guys. Drop a comment below. What should I fill up my extra cabinet space with? What do you want to sous vide next? What's your favorite Instant Pot pressure cooker meal that I should try and perhaps put on the channel this winter? So, once again, thanks so much. Hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Until next time, be well.